What's up, boys? Taking a look at some more NBA player props today over on prizepicks. Prizepicks is my favorite website and app to take a look at some NBA player props and really just all player props in general. They got everything, man. They got CSGO, they have college basketball, women's college basketball. They got everything on here. If you guys aren't in prizepicks, you guys are missing out for sure. Use code DOMG. When you guys go ahead and sign up, they match your first deposit 100% up to $100. So if you guys deposit $60, they'll match it and you will get $120 total, which is pretty awesome to go ahead and play with. So yeah, highly recommend joining. Again, use code DOMG. The link is in my description if you guys are interested in joining. There's also a free Discord link in the description if you guys are interested in joining that. People get their free research all the time over there. I think everyone pretty much had a great day yesterday for the most part. Hopefully you guys did it too as well. Yesterday in the channel, we went 3-1, so pretty good, 75%. Better than our usual 2-1 that we end up going. We've gone like 2-1 for like, I think, a week straight, but then we had an extra one yesterday and went 3-1, so just always have that one loss attached to us. So that kind of sucks. So expect 2-1 today. Not actually. We're going for that 3-0, obviously, but it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and hop straight into this, though. It's an interesting slate today. It's not personally not my favorite. I'm probably going to play just slightly lighter than I usually do, at least as of right now. Hopefully some things change by the end of the day, but there's not too much I like right now, to be honest. But these are three that I actually do end up liking. They're all point props on the over, so yeah, that's what we're going to go ahead and take a look at here. But yeah, again, use code DOMG on prizepicks and let's hop straight into this, man. So let's go and take a look at these here. Always do your own research. Always tailor at your own risk. So always tailor at your own risk. Do your own research. Do that. A lot of things change throughout the day. So keep that in mind with odds and all that. So anyways, let's hop into this here and let's go with Wendell Carter over 15.5 points here. So like Wendell Carter over 15.5. He's one of my favorites of the day. 5 for 5 here in his last 5 games here. He's just been killing it, man. Averaging 22 in his last 5 games. He's facing Cleveland tonight at 7 o'clock. So if you take more of a look into this one, he's a minus 110 to hit this over. He's hitting 44% of his games this season, 8 out of 10 hit rate in his last 10 games, and he had 19 last matchup versus Cleveland. So all good looks right here. Let's take a look at this. This website is called Rotowire NBA starting lineups. This is prizepicks. This is FanDuel NBA defense versus position on Fantasy Pros. Take a look at how the power forward, because he's listed as a power forward here, it matches up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So it's a 9-point spread, 217 over under. There's blowout potential for sure. Wendell Carter, I'm a little bit worried about the blowout here because he sometimes doesn't even play the entire fourth quarter. It just kind of depends here. So I am definitely worried about that. But I'm still thinking it's a very good spot, especially considering his hit rate and all that different stuff. How he did last time against Cleveland. So let's take a look at the power forward here, though, versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers here are allowing some of the most points per game to the power forward position so far this season. They are allowing the 7th most points per game to the power forward. And in the last 7 games here, Cleveland's allowing the 3rd most. I mean, even to the center, they're allowing a ton of points. And this is because of Jarrett Allen not being there. With Jarrett Allen out, they've been horrible guarding the big men in the paint. It's been horrible for them. Horrible spot, and I'm expecting Wendell Carter to full-on take advantage of that. I would absolutely love this prop a lot more if there was not blowout potential here, and if Wendell Carter actually played in blowout games, but he doesn't. So that's definitely something I'm worried about, but it is still a prop that I'm liking and will likely take at the end of the day. Just not as I'm not going to favor it as much. It's not one of my complete favorites. So okay, let's take a look at another one here. This is one that I took last time around, and I absolutely loved it. It's going to be Daveon Mitchell, over 17.5 points here. He is facing Miami, which is a very, very tough defense, but he's been killing this man without De'Aaron Fox. 22, 25, and 28 in his last 3 games here, averaging 21.2 in his last 5 games. So if you take more of a look into this one, he's a minus 105 to hit this over. Has gone over in 7 out of 12 games this season without De'Aaron Fox. He had 12 in 18 minutes last matchup versus Miami, and he's played 37 plus minutes in his last 3. So he should hopefully at least double his points from last time they played. He had 12 in 18 minutes. I mean, if you want to get technical, you double 18 minutes, you get 36. That'd be 24 points, but that's obviously kind of, but Daveon Mitchell, I like him over against Miami here. So we'll take a look more into this one here. So it's 7:30 game tonight, 13-point spread, 216.5 over under. I'm not actually worried too much about the blowout here because he's played in blowout blowout games before and has been fine. He has kind of maintained the same hit rate, if not actually been a little bit better. So I'm not really worried about the blowout too much here for Daveon Mitchell. I expect him to full on take advantage with De'Aaron Fox being out yet again. So let's take a look here at the point guard versus Miami and see how they kind of match up. I know Miami's a tough matchup, but we'll see how that is against the point guard here. And Miami here is definitely on the harder side, allowing the 2nd fewest points per game this season to the point guard. Last 7 games here, let's see where Miami ranks, and they get a little bit easier here, kind of right about in the middle, I'd say, per game. So they've been definitely a little bit easier lately. Maybe actually a little bit on the harder side, probably around that 14th easiest range, somewhere around there, kind of in the middle. So not an overly easy matchup, but it's probably a little bit on the tougher side matchup overall, I'd say. So I do think he'll get it done, though. I mean, he's been killing this prop here. He did well against last time against Miami, although he was not starting, playing behind De'Aaron Fox, and only played 18 minutes. So I do think it'll be a pretty good spot here for Daveon Mitchell. Once again, I'm kind of riding the wave a little bit here for him, so that's one prop that I'm liking today. All right, let's take a look at a point prop here. It's going to be Nicola Yokic over 26.5. He's 27.5 on most places. He's a plus 110 to go over 27.5, but we have him at 26.5 right now on prizepicks, which I love. In other words, you guys should do in prizepicks. They're kind of a little bit lower than some other places, which is great if you guys like taking overs, obviously. So 44% hit rate this season for Nicola Yokic, 6 out of 10 in his last 10 games, and he had 29 last matchup versus the Charlotte Hornets. He has a great matchup today. So let's take a look into this one here. It's a 7 o'clock game tonight, center versus the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 4-point spread, 233 over-under, which is great for the Denver Nuggets. They usually don't play high-paced games like this, but the Charlotte Hornets are a very fast-paced team. So this should hopefully mean more shots put up for Jokic than normal. This is what I'm kind of hoping here. But, you know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But second most points here. The Charlotte Hornets are allowing per game to the center position. And in the last 7 games here, Charlotte is kind of in the middle here. Probably a little bit on the harder side. Yeah. Probably 10th, 11th toughest, which I'm not really that worried about it, to be honest, especially with them allowing the second most of the season. And it's Nikola Jokic, so I'm liking this spot here for Jokic. He's got a great matchup here against Mason Plumlee and the Charlotte Hornets here. Good over-under as well, so bigger than he usually plays. So I'm liking this a lot for Jokic. I think it should be a pretty good spot for him to hit his over potentially. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video, man. I seriously do appreciate you guys watching this video. If anyone is new, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. Those two things would help me out. And I will see you guys in the next one here. Goodbye. It's a big night, boys.